How exactly does this work? Following are a few examples. First example, I would ask you to find in this room only blue items. Can you find them? This is the exciting part. The blue items were always there before, like any other thing in the room. It's just that the RAS causes the things we are looking for to become more apparent, and in this case, it is the color blue. Second example, while I was explaining to you about the RAS, did you feel your soles at all? Now, when you do feel them, could you tell me which one feels colder? That's precisely the idea. Once I've asked you to focus on this question, your mind started running and searching for an answer to the question you were focusing on. Third example, you are at a party in your friend's house and suddenly they started talking about a movie where the criminals had been caught long before committing their crime. You're trying to remember who the main actor was. As much as you were trying, it just didn't come into your head. So you say to yourself, no problem, I'm sure I'll remember it later. After 3 or 4 days, as you were making a tasty dinner, suddenly, boom, Tom Cruise, that was the actor that you were looking for. The RAS does not always operate when you would like it to. The mind is like a computer. It sometimes takes it days to search through all the files that you were looking for. However, the moment you asked it to search, it started working on it. Fourth example, confirmation bias. Many times we try to understand why people have opposing political opinions. The confirmation bias is based on those same filters that people create in their heads. According to psychologists, the confirmation bias is the tendency to search for, interpret, give preference, and remember information in a way that confirms or strengthens one's historic beliefs and assumptions. So it's a type of cognitive bias. It's the source of the many political problems in the world. People read about and expose themselves to those people and events that reassure what they believe in. If a person chooses to see his world through leftist political definition, he will read more and more those newspapers which reassure his worldview. He would attend events and conferences attended by people who share his same worldview. He would associate and befriend people with similar political stances. Confirmation bias is really a cognitive psychological illustration of how one chooses the filter through which one would like to see reality and repeats drawing from the same sources. The RAS makes sure you concentrate only on those things which are essential to you. Once you define your focus, you will be able to almost change your reality, as everything else not important would simply disappear. The way the brain works may be illustrated by the following example. Imagine a farmer who has a large plot of land next to his house. In the morning, the farmer goes over to his plot of land with 2 bags of seeds, one full of corn seeds and the other full of poisonous plant. The ground can produce both equally abundant. What will the farmer choose to plant? As far as the ground is concerned, it doesn't matter what the farmer will plant. The same applies to our minds. It can equally produce both positive and negative thoughts. You are the farmer. What will you choose to grow in your head? Accordingly, what type of filter would you choose to see reality through? The thing is that the RAS can't make the choice for us. The choice of what type of thoughts we would have inside us is exclusively ours. The filtering mechanism works quite simply. Whatever you give it, it will want more of it. If you choose to think in a criticizing way, your mind will constantly look for criticizing everything. If you decide to see reality through a filter of low self-esteem, everything you do will be affected by your low self-esteem. This mechanism also works conversely. If you seek to see reality through positive thinking, even when bad things happen to you, you would always look for how to grow out of it and what lessons you can learn from that experience. That's exactly my point. If you focus on the negative, it will only expand. Conversely, if you focus on the positive will grow. You must be the farmer of your thoughts field. You have to decide whether to focus on the positive or the negative. Remember that focusing on the negative impedes the ability of your body to create, whereas positive thinking is full of opportunities. Positive people are those who seek in every challenge the opportunity to grow.